Good morning. I was going to head to the gym after this, but I still haven't gotten my iron infusion, and I'm still feeling, my brain feels like these clouds. So I've had a few episodes where I passed out, so I don't want to do that at the gym by myself. So I think I might skip it, but I still will have my music on to do other things. Or I can listen to my meditation and motivation by Marie. Check out her channel. She has a lot of things to start out the day, not just for sleeping and relaxation. But today my book, I flipped it, and it is for perfectionism. And how many of you, raise your hand, try to be perfect, try to make everyone happy with what you do for them. And, to order to, do well in your job, you try to be perfect. And sometimes, most times, it doesn't work out that way. So let's read this and see what it has. I never read it before I read it to you. I let go of perfectionism. Today, I embrace my unique and exquisite self by choosing to try new experiences. With every courageous step, I begin to enjoy the journey and let go of any attachment to being perfect. Focusing on the journey rather than fixating on the perfect outcome allows me to find beauty, a deeper connection with others, and a greater appreciation for the little things. As a result, I get to live a full and rich life now, no longer restrained by perfectionism. I am free and unlimited by design. When triggers or fears rear their heads, I take the time to breathe and bring myself into the present moment. With each layer of self-doubt or anxiety removed, my heart breaks open to receive more love, acceptance, and peace with what is. Mistakes give me opportunities to grow, learn, and do better tomorrow. And for this awareness, I am grateful. Surely there is no one on earth so righteous as to do good without ever sinning. That's from Ecclesiastes 7:20. The affirmation. Leaning fully into love's embrace, I choose to let go of perfectionism. I'm going to read the quote from the Bible. Surely there is no one on earth so righteous as to do good without ever sinning. Ever sinning. So all of us, we're not perfect. And some of us with our YouTube channels and such, we want everything to be perfect. We want people to like us, not just the like button, but, understand our personality and identify with us, or even just like who we are. But some people don't know us enough as people in your real life. Not that this is a fake life, but in your real life that have known you since you were in high school, that know how you are in an everyday, every minute of your life, that have a conversation with you on the phone. They know who you are. But on the screen, we're just giving people of YouTube a little glimpse of what we want them to know. Sometimes those of us have real life. We are who we are in real life as we are on YouTube. Some of us, don't show the messy house or, the things that go on in life, that you just want to keep hidden. But you guys have seen my house messy with my decluttering. I'm still having trouble with flat surfaces. In fact, this table about here, Daryl has stuff on there too. And it's not just him, it's me too. And tonight's garbage night. I'm gonna get rid of this treadmill box. He kept it up here. It's already wet though, but we didn't want it all soggy for when the garbage men came. So he taped it shut, and we're gonna put that down there today. So I am a big follower of perfectionism. being trying to be perfect. I want to be perfect in being a mother, being a wife. And, a lot of times when, you try to be perfect, I don't know if, I'm not saying God does anything bad to you, but sometimes, a little stumble. So he lets you know, hey, you're doing your best, but sometimes you cannot be perfect. So I think those are life lessons that God helps us. Just like a parent teaches, their children, it's okay to fall down when you're learning to walk. Yay, you say, so they don't cry. At least I did. But just like I told my son the other day, I know I made, like, I made a lot of mistakes as a parent, but that was my first time as being a parent. I'm not, trained to be a parent. As I told you before, I bring my baby home and I was like, now what? What do I do with them? And then most women have, or even men too, have that instinct of how to take care of a baby and what you should do, but some don't. And I mean, I found my way, but was I perfect? No. Did I want to be? Yes. So, even with my mom, she had me and she didn't know what to do herself. And my dad moved her from Pennsylvania out to Michigan, and she didn't have her mom to help her, to guide her and say, hey, Mom, when, this happens, and can you come over? The baby's colicky. Can you watch the baby while I go out? Because I never had a babysitter. Only my mom and sometimes my mother-in-law. I have never had a babysitter for my kids all their years of growing up because I just didn't trust anybody. And I know a lot of you have to do daycare and stuff, but just be vigilant, of warning signs. I just worry about some people that should not be in caring for children, just like some teachers should be retired by now because they're just done. But I know trying to be perfect, I don't think it's a bad thing, but some people that try to be perfect expect other people to be perfect as well, and that's not my case. I'm being a teacher. I don't expect people to be perfect, because if they were perfect when they came, what do I have to do? What's my goal with these children? Some of them did know a little bit of how to read when they entered my kindergarten, but what would be my goal if they knew all the alphabet, how to do it straight up and down? They knew how to read. I mean, what would the goal be for kindergarten besides, the foundation of their school career and the foundation of them learning to be a friend and learning how to calm, like, when they have disagreements, how to do it. And a lot of times I would just, sit back and see how they do it. If it got too, crazy and them yelling and stuff, I would go and try to teach them, the right way to solve a conflict. But in the most part, I tried to let them do that because a lot of them were only children and they didn't have anyone at home to learn to have a friendship or a relationship with. And one of the big things were when we played games, most of their parents let them win. And I would tell them, I said, how you feel when you win, that's how the other person feels when it's their turn to win. So a lot of discussions on things like that. So just like some people, YouTubers, are starting out and doing really well, and some of us aren't. Some of us really want to have a goal of, getting the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours. But then there's some of us that are just like wanting a community, wanting to make friends, wanting to learn about other people that live all over the world. I mean, with this platform, I can talk to people all over the world. And I believe it was Nicola, she's from Italy. I mean, how many times am I going to talk to someone that's in Italy, besides here on this platform? And I really appreciate those friendships and things like that. And I don't know, I'm just being 60. I think I'm just done being perfect. Now, I'm not saying that I'm completely done, because I still do it. When I'm trying to edit and things like that, and if I don't understand things, and I'm trying to learn how to do the thumbnails and things like that, and people say, oh, it's so easy. Okay, well, I'm not tech savvy. And some people my age are tech savvy. They just get it right away. Just like some people learn math right away, or, language arts. But yeah, so I'm working on that. And I'm working on the lives. My last live for our anniversary, it was so warbled in that, and they kept saying that in my viewers. And so here I had it on the wrong, the server that I was using crashed, and I didn't know that. So once I changed it to another, it was perfectly clear. If you watch that video, you'll see. But you have to be patient enough to get from the beginning where it's warbled to the other part where it's nice and clear and everything went well. But we are going to try to have another trivia coming up, so we'll see. Daryl really enjoys that. Plus, he has a channel, but he hasn't really put anything on there. And it's a DIY channel. And then we also have a cooking show together, and it's, instead of Sally D's Reality, it says Sally and D's Reality. Put the and in there because his nickname is D. So it's Sally and D's Reality. And we have some recipes on there, but we haven't done so much because we've been trying to get things, fixed around the house here and that. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff because Daryl needs to finish the back porch, closing it in. And since he had that stroke in January, I don't think his mind is as clear as he thinks it is. So he's been lagging and tired a lot. So we just have to deal with that right now. If I could do it, I was really good in wood shop when I was in school. My teacher just loved how I was very creative in developing different things, coming up with my own style of a stool we had to make and things like that. So, all right then, I'm gonna leave you here and see you when I see you. Believe in it will be, and let's all try to be better than we were yesterday, and try not to be so hard on yourself, and have compassion for yourself, and not be perfect, because you know what? I like you perfectly imperfect. I do. And I think I'm a better person perfectly imperfect, even with my ADHD and my other problems, because that's me. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be me. So just remember, it's okay to be perfectly imperfect. All right? I love you guys, and please like the video. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine with me, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. That's okay. All right? See you when I see ya. What happened shortly after our sunrise with Sally.